Alrighty, guys, welcome on back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we got to visit some of our friends throughout, honestly, the entire series. A bunch of the highest hitters in all of Zemuria. Well, we're all gathered together, and we got to have a little, I guess, dinner chat with them. After that, we got to witness another launch of the second phase of the rocket, where we saw a test mech sent into space, and they talked about their third plan, which is to finally get their manned test up into space. After that, our characters went on their way, each going a different direction, and we saw the Ouroboros is active again, with Campanella leading the charge. And so, in this episode, it's time to finally go back to a place we all know and love, the city of Edith. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. It is a little weird starting an episode without any music. I don't know if there has ever been a case where I've started an episode with no music, but there's just no music on this screen at all. So let's just go ahead and hit next and get started in the next chapter. Van, Ferry, Rosette, and Burgard wasted no time leaving Orid State and made haste for the capital. Sometimes it doesn't let me turn auto dialogue off immediately. I have to click RB like 6 times, and I don't know why. I do really like when they do this in Trails games. It started in Cold Steel. When they show just like the pathing they took to make it back to towns, I think it's really neat. And here we go, the city of Edith. Factoring in brakes and driver swaps, the trip back to Edith took 10 hours in total. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me spamming RB right now. It's not letting me stop auto-advancing. July 8th, 12:09, 11:40 p.m. Looks like everyone's back at home. The gang's all here. Judith is looking extra Judith today. Yeah, where is on yes? I know that's what you're whispering. I know you're whispering about food, never mind. Following their late night arrival at Old Town's famed bistro, they enjoyed a specialty dinner courtesy of its owner. You guys only have one shower? After taking turns in the showers, they each returned to their rooms and collapsed into bed, their exhaustion having finally caught up with them. Act 1, back to business. I wonder if we're going to get a time until Project Star Taker's Le Mans launches in question mark days. This is Old Town.
Damn good breeze this morning.
Yeah, hey. I don't mind you letting in some fresh air, but at least give a guy a warning first.
Seems the band is back together once again.
If you need an open window that bad, maybe try not wearing a damn leather jacket in the middle of summer.
Tell that to the other old man sitting next to you, geezer. And FYI, this thing's made for summer. It's the definition of light and breezy. Not to mention practical. It's loaded with ballistic and piercing resistant material. With this, I'll be wrapping up 4 SPGs left and right in style. And speaking of style, just look at me. I've got that, talent, and looks to spare. I'm the whole damn package.
Too bad said package doesn't come with a bit of humility.
True, but one can hardly deny he wears it well.
Yeah, it totally fits his vibe. And that goes double for you and your new look, Katra.
You think? I normally go for darker colors myself, but Agnes and Judith recommended this, so yeah. Oh, I also made the headset I use to control my drones more compact, hence me not having that over my ears.
Confirmed. Heat dissipation efficiency has thus increased by 30%.
Well, at least one of us seems prepped for summer. That fits nice and slick, and it doesn't cramp your style either. Suits you to a T.
You bet it does. I've got a pretty darn discerning eye, if I do say so myself.
I suppose this is one of the perks of having an actress as a friend. Honestly, I forget you're celebrities sometimes with how approachable you are.
I forget because of the catsuit she's always running around in. You know you're never beating the Kingster allegations, right?
I don't need to because I'm not a Kingster! Oh, I'm so over this.
Teasing aside, you really do look wonderful. All refreshed and ready for summer.
I like how they address all their new outfit changes.
Oh, thanks. I like the outfits you and Barry picked out too. But wow, Agnes. Save some of the spotlight for the rest of us, why don't you?
I must agree. Please, it's really nothing that special.
On the contrary, I can hardly imagine an outfit more befitting a lovely young lady like yourself.
Thank you very much. I actually had a hard time picking this one out, believe it or not. If it weren't for Judith, Fairy, Ren, and Odette's input, I probably would have walked out of the store empty-handed. I was so indecisive. Only because you look good in everything you tried on.
Don't sell yourself short. You chose that one in the end after all, so own it. We all think you look great. Don't we, Van? What say you?
Force in my hand, huh? I mean, I liked the old outfit just fine. But yeah, this one's nice too. It's the perfect blend of casual and refined, and I can tell the tailoring work is top of the line. Looks great on you, really.
Thank you, Van. I'm really happy you like it.
Holy shit, a genuine compliment? From this socially inept dumbass? Say it ain't so.
It seems like you can teach an old dog new tricks after all. I'm almost jealous of her, honestly.
I really like your outfit too, Van. Oh, and that goes for everyone else, of course. I was cooped up at school taking finals through yesterday, so this is my first time getting to see everyone's new looks.
Ah, yeah. Still, the main reason we were able to get everyone together was because you finally got a few days off. All right, enough small talk. I want to go over a couple things. Namely, what we learned from Marduk, like how these new shard functions work, and also how we're going to respond to this whole space program shebang, depending on what happens with it.
So, to check my understanding, the plan is to split our 4 SPG work into morning and evening shifts, correct?
You got it. I'm guessing that the program's second phase being pushed forward by half a month has thrown damn near everyone for a loop. And you can bet we'll be feeling the fallout from that mess one way or another. Just think about how slammed we were up through last month.
Fair point.
Don't remind me. I actually had to bust my ass for once.
With the influx of wealth pouring into the Republic, thanks in no small part to the revitalized economy, many criminal organizations, both in and out of Calvard, are looking to take advantage of the situation.
Same goes for all the new conmen, gangsters, black market brokers, and shell companies who've come knocking to get a piece of that pie. I knew the space program was gonna be a big deal, but I never thought it'd cause this much of a fuss. Even the film industry is practically scrambling to push astronaut movies into production.
Wait, seriously? Huh, that sounds kind of neat. Oh, speaking of astronauts, Major Amelia is totally the talk of the town right now, isn't she? If I didn't know any better, I'd say her popularity is on the same level as Elaine's.
Yeah.
She has to be that same person, right?
Doesn't seem like she's bent on hiding it.
Yeah, she's Hermes from previous
Did hear
games.
that
That's
she
what I
was a
thought.
major back during the coup, but the thought of her being a decorated ace pilot never even crossed my mind.
Then we have General Haring, commander of the Republican Air Force. It's a little hard to believe that she's the daughter of such an eminent figure within the military's top brass. During Operation Mille Mirage in the war 3 years ago, he was in charge of the entirety of the Republic's forces. I'm even told that, despite objections, he trusted Lieutenant General Bright enough to turn over command of Calvard's forces to him for a time.
Wow, that's kind of amazing. So he gave over full command to a general from another country? I've heard that even Dad, the president, trusts him implicitly.
There are many a rumor about him from those of the Papal Guard who participated in the operation, all of which attest to his remarkable reputation. He likely served as part of the backup unit for Cassius, and would have stepped in for him had he fallen on the front lines.
With all those key players in mind, along with the CID, Marduk, and Ikaruga, I don't know if we can take that space program at face value or not. But what I do know is that it might have some connection to one of our pending cases.
Last April, we successfully recovered the octogeneses in their entirety. We heeded the warning left behind by their inventor, my great-grandfather, Professor C. Epstein. But that wasn't the only warning we heard regarding this.
Recover the Octogenesis before the year 12-0X. And I'm sure it's going to tell me here in a second, we're in the last year. Any more years passes and it's going to be 12-1. Else all that we know will come to an end.
This was an isolated incident. You haven't averted the end he foretold in his final entry.
Indeed.
That leaves us with less than 6 months, seeing as we're already well into 1209 now, which means we can't afford to go about it at our leisure. If there's ever a time to act, it's now.
Yeah, we need to get on this like yesterday.
Fine, I guess I can help. Someone's got to be there to carry your asses, and I'm just the man for the job.
Everyone, thank you.
As spirited as ever, I see. Seems my return to this merry crew was worthwhile indeed.
And I can speak for everyone in saying we're happy to have you back. Alrighty then, let's figure out where we're headed for our morning and afternoon shifts. But first, anyone got a preference for going or staying behind?
Oh, dibs on going. I haven't been able to pull my weight around here lately, what with all the events I've had to be at, so count me in.
I mean, I don't got a problem with that, but,
Didn't you have plans for this morning?
Huh? Do I?
Judith? Where are you? The event begins in 30 minutes and we still have the pre-event meeting to do before that.
What? Nina, what are you talking about? Oh, crap! The Golden Requiem Fan Appreciation Event!
Judith, Please don't tell me you forgot.
Who forgot? Not me. I was just getting ready to leave, which I'm doing right now. It's at Esprit Cinema in the Tyrell District, right? I'll be there in 15 minutes. Tell the directors thanks for waiting up. Bye!
Wait, Judith!
I am so sorry. I'll be done by this afternoon, so I'll catch up with you then. Good luck, you guys!
Well, someone's about to get chewed out. Hope she survives her latest tongue lashing from her grandma. Oh, speaking of, you've met her before, haven't you, Master?
Oh, Dominique? Yes, we've crossed paths on a number of occasions, from incidents both public-facing and otherwise. I understand she was a great help to you while she was working on that much-lauded collaborative film.
Oh, right. You must mean Golden Requiem, Howl at the Dawn, the crossover between two of the biggest box office hits from last year. It's been enormously popular ever since its release back in April.
And it totally lives up to the hype. I've already seen it twice myself.
It's little wonder that they're so swamped with events and the like.
All right, so what's the plan, Chief? Who's going where?
I'm thinking on that now. We're losing daylight, so let's figure out what we're gonna do, then roll out.
After a brief discussion, Van's crew settled on scoping out 5 districts, including Old Town, during their morning shift. Then, excluding one member left to watch the office, they headed out for work and received a brief orientation on the new shard skill techniques. So, essentially you can change up your team. You can only have 6 characters in your active party at a time, 4 fighting in the battlefield and 2 as support, and then everyone else will be in reserve. Now, this is a good time to just quickly go over all of the characters' jobs and abilities in battle. It'll be very quick because there are I think there's over 25 characters in this game. I think there might even be closer to 32. There are a lot of characters, a lot of them fill the same roles. So, Van's your protagonist. He's going to be in your fight or in your team pretty much the whole time. He's your most well-rounded character, probably on par with Reen once we get to him. Then you have Agnes, who is your biggest magic damage dealer or arts damage dealer at this point. You have Fairy, whose entire thing is about speed. She has range, she's fast, she can act quick, but she lacks with damage. Aaron is a much more evasion-based character. He has pretty good strength and ATS, but he is a really good dodger. There is a thing called dodge tanks or evasion tanks in the Trails series. Essentially, when you dodge an attack, you will counterattack. Aaron is one of the few characters who can get 100% evasion, making him one of the best evasion tanks in the game. Then you have Quatre. Quatre is kind of like Agnes. They serve very similar roles, except he is a little bit more of the supportive arts damage dealer, while she is more of a healing and damage dealing arts user. Then you have Rosette. Rosette is actually a really good character. She's almost similar to Van, except ranged. She has a pretty good attack, pretty good arts, and she has really good support skills, such as one that gives you a shield to your entire party. And finally, you have Burgard. Burgard is basically your physical damage dealer. He doesn't have really strong arts, but he makes up for it in physical bulk as well as physical strength. I really like Burgard, and I wish I could actually choose to bench Quatre or Fairy out of this group, but I'm going to go ahead and bench Rosette and keep Burgard in here, and then you can actually just rearrange them if you want, and I think this is a good lineup, at least for the start here. Team members in reserve can be swapped out at any time. That's the party lineup we just talked about. You can essentially change it at any time, and there's our book, which I've talked about already. So yeah, you can go to your party and basically change these at any time. Now, your book actually has a couple other things here. It has books to show you all your books, and we're actually about to get a couple more here that we can see. But this is Van's office. I don't know if his computer has anything at the moment. Yeah, you can get an interim report, which is basically that thing you get at the very end of the chapters. I probably will never be doing this unless there's an item I want to get before a boss fight. You can rest to fully heal and listen to the radio, which is basically just kill some time. Now we'll go ahead and head downstairs for a little cutscene before we actually get to explore.
Good morning, birdies. You sound extra happy today. Unlike Van, you're working and eating early in the morning. Good job.
Come on, that's a low blow. I have been trying to be an early bird too, you know.
Oh, hi, Van. Morning, everyone.
Morning, Humes. How goes the swallow watching? Guessing pretty well by how chipper you are.
It's going great. This Sunday school project's been super fun. Hey, Agnes. Look at the baby chicks. They're bigger now, don't you think?
Oh wow, they really have. I remember when they were just tiny nestlings.
Wasn't that nest only built a month ago? They grew up so fast.
It's nearly time for them to leave home. But it looks like they might have been put a little behind schedule this year.
I asked Mommy about that too, but she says they should be okay to fly away real soon.
Guess you can think of this as a limited time Monmar attraction. Might as well make the most of this chance to watch over them.
Yeah. I'm gonna be sad when they're gone. But that's okay. I'll just make tons and tons of memories with them before they go.
Ah, Yume. You've gone and grown up in the blink of an eye. Oh no, I can feel the old waterworks turning on.
Please try to hold it in, Dad. It's too early to be making a racket. Good morning, everyone. You're heading out earlier than usual. Ah, right. Is everything all right with Judith? I saw her scrambling out the door a moment ago.
Oh, that? Nah, she's good. Just following her usual routine. Wake up, screw up, repeat.
You have my gratitude for preparing our breakfast this morning. It was truly a feast fit for a king.
You flatter me, good sir. Good luck with your work today. Van, you better not be thinking of slacking off just because you've got all your helpers with you. And cook yourself something decent, instead of stuffing down sweets for once. Remember, you are what you eat.
Okay, I got it. You can get off your soapbox now.
Don't worry. We'll make sure everyone, especially Van, has a proper meal. Okay, Yume, we're heading out now.
Okie dokie. Have lots of fun, everyone!
About cooking. Home cooking can be done at any time via the Gourmet tab of your notebook, provided you have both a recipe and its ingredients. This is new to this game, however, that is how pretty much cooking has always worked in Trails. For whatever reason, they changed it in this game, so you had to be at like an actual station to cook. But now you can do it all by yourself by using recipe books that you find in shops or other locations. I'll go over this in detail here in a second. You can also provide Victor with ingredients to have him cook up meals for you. Each unique meal eaten will help raise your gourmet rank. Again, we'll go over this in a second, but I believe he is the only one who can actually cook meals instead of just recipes. Alright, the bulletin boards are given, but we should take a peek at the secondhand repair shop too. Might as well swing by any other places that catch our interest on top of that. So, before we do that, we can just quickly go to our notebook, and you can see Gourmet. Essentially, the more you eat, the more Gourmet points you get. There are 30 ranks of Gourmet. On top of that, there are 191 different recipes that you need to not only make, but also eat, which is different to this game versus games like Trails in the Sky. As you eat them, you will get points, and you will eventually get up to rank 30, which give you party benefits such as you can see here, increased defense for all party members and increased arts defense for all party members. From here, you can do home cooking, and you can make something like the persnickety pancakes here. It just takes 1 egg and 1 assorted grain. We'll go ahead and make one.
Sure, give me a minute.
It'll take some time to cook. You can see what the stats are that it gives. So when you eat this, you'll restore 800 HP and get a damage up. And that's about it. You can do premium sweets, which is just another type of food and drinks. All of these are different things. I will be showing off myself making and eating all of them, because if we go to our items here, you can see we're going to get 325 gourmet points. This is right there next to information, and not quite enough to level up, but he loves him a sugar rush. So that is essentially the first thing we're going to do. Now, welcome to one of the most, I guess, iconic things of the Trails series, and that is your side activities. So pretty much after every chapter, or after every main event, rather, you're going to be able to come back to town and go to all the different areas of town, picking up side quests, finding gourmets, finding newspapers and books, doing different events, upgrading, all that stuff. It is essentially, I would say downtime, but I wouldn't truly call this downtime. But essentially, you can explore the town and do a bunch of different things. Everything you can do here is associated with an achievement or another, so I will make sure to show off all of them. If you check your... What is it? How do you view the map in this game again? That's achievements. That's not map. I'm actually afraid. It's usually right on the D-pad. Oh, it's down to pull up the big map. So you can see here, there are shops. Each of those shops is red. Whenever they're red, that means they have a new item in stock for you. On top of that, you have all of these different red markers everywhere and a little blue marker there. You have to go through the key events to actually progress the story. So let's go ahead and just start doing it. First, we're going to head in here and we can talk to Paulette here and we can shop. And we can buy the specialty bologna as well as the roasted coffee. We have just enough Mira to do that. Mira is the currency in this game. You can see it in the bottom right corner. And as long as you're buying one of each, you are good.
Do your best out
and then
there, okay?
Victor over here can get us the Borders hashed beef. So essentially, if you have those requirements on the left side, he will cook you this meal. So go ahead and have him cook it for us.
Hold on. You better
And there we go. That's another new one. Then we can go ahead and head out here to the kiosk. And we can get the chocolate cigarettes, as well as the lemon mint candy. And a new document, the Tyrell Times issue 2.
Stay out of trouble now.
Then we'll go ahead and run over here. I don't know why I switched characters there. We can talk to this general store. They sell stuff like reviving bombs, Tira bombs, which are to heal. You can basically sort by healing, by support, by snacks, which we do need a custard cookie, so I'll make sure to pick that one up. And then ingredients, if you want to pick up some different ingredients to make different things. Next, we're going to go ahead and head over. We can probably just do this one real quick. We'll go ahead and check on this door.
I hear a couple new tenants.
Knock, knock. Anyone home? Just a minute. Now, who could that be? Well, you don't look like any postman I've ever seen. Are you from a local business, maybe? Oh, right. There's some sort of problem-solving office on the second floor of Montmartre, right? These guys look... They're not voiced, and so that's why I don't think they're members of Ouroboros, the enforcers we just saw. But why would it give me an optional event to meet random characters if they weren't important? I don't know. With a few shifty question marks around problem, but that's the one. Just thought we'd swing by and welcome you to the area. You've already heard of us, though. Pretty much everyone in Old Town calls you their go-to people in a pinch. Well, that's nice of them to say. We only just settled in, but this neighborhood has a real cozy atmosphere. Makes us feel a lot less homesick for Baum than we would have been otherwise. The city of Baum, northeast of the capital, yes? You can call it a city, but the railway doesn't go there, so it's got a real boonies vibe to it. That's why you born and raised Baumites moved into the share house together? Yep, Luke and I have been friends since we were little kids, so... Wait, look at the time. Oh, got something on your plate? My part-time job, actually. I'm running behind schedule. And it's all your fault for not waking me up on time, Luke. But not yours, Jenny, for staying out so late? Besides, who do you think I am? Your mother? I mean, we are basically family at this point. They certainly seem close. Yeah, and in a rush. Let's just mosey on out of their way. And so now we can go ahead and run over to this shop.
Would you care for some flour? What would you like?
Where we can get the lavender jelly.
Please stop by again.
And it's probably gonna... Maybe hopefully I have to interact with that because I want to go past it first. Right over here is the vending machine where we can pick up more drinks. And then if we head over here, that's pretty much all the shops. But can I come into the bathhouse already?
I was running late yesterday, so I had to settle for taking a shower.
No, can't do it just yet.
Got me some lost sauna time to catch up on.
Well, probably, I'm waiting for him to finish talking just in case.
Never change, Van. Never change.
Nope, can't come here yet. That'll be an optional thing we can do in a little bit. Instead, we'll go ahead and probably just go ahead and eat all of our food. We have all those cooking things, so let's just eat it. I prefer to eat it for the gourmet points over anything else. And you can see we hit rank 1, so all of our party members now have defense +2.
I'm stuck. Love me a sugar rush.
And we're just gonna spam this anytime. Ooh, I think I just drank 2 of those. Whoops. And then we hit rank 2. Anytime we get to a point where there will be a point of no return, I will be showing off what all gourmet you should have, or at least the amount up to that point, as well as chests and enemies, just so you don't miss out on anything. So now we'll go ahead and talk to these guys. All right, Rebecca, take care. Just try not to get too lost out there, okay? You got it. I'll do my best. Rebecca, the eternal, shut in, going out all on her own. Now there's a million Mira sight. Van, and the rest of Arkwright Solutions. Is this part of the rehabilitation you mentioned before? Yeah, luckily she's been growing more confident with stepping out of her cave, one reach at a time. But her nerves still get the best of her, so I figured she might have an easier go if we made it a work thing. Introducing our brand new on-site repair service, run by yours truly. As long as I focus on the mechanical side of stuff, yeah, I'll survive. Sounds like an uphill climb, but I respect the enthusiasm. We wish you luck, Rebecca. Shoot, hold on a sec. Did you guys have business here today? Dad's been back home for now, so really put him to the grindstone, okay? Huh, roger that. And we'll go ahead and enter the building. Oh, I don't know if... I'm pretty sure they're the 2 that are usually operating this place, because one of them sits right here, the girl sits right here, and the guy works the counter. Interesting. Yo, Filinkov, how's business? Oh, perfectly well and good, thanks to Chris. Rebecca's become much more proactive as well. Gets a father all misty-eyed, it does. Kisara moving in must have sparked a change of heart in her somehow. It just goes to show you, you can never tell what bonds people may form, or where they might lead. You can say that again. All the more when you consider how close the residents of Old Town are with each other. Hear, hear. It's my hope that everyone will continue to look out for one another. Though personally, I'm eager to set off on my next journey. Tote de suite. Huh, can't teach an old dog new tricks, can you? Well, for the time being, I plan on watching over the kids as they tackle their new challenges. I'll also be manning our establishment's workshop, so if there's anything you need, simply say the word. Quartz synthesis. I'm going to go over all this right now. So, essentially,
No need to be shy.
as you are playing the game and fighting enemies, they will drop and you can acquire Sepith. Sepith are right there on the left side. They consist of earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, and mirage. Mirage, space, and time are the rare ones, but what matters here is that as you're killing enemies and acquiring Sepith, they have 2 uses. The first is that you can buy new quartz here. We went over quartz back in the first episode, but essentially these are stat upgrades to your characters that also give you access to certain things, like different abilities for them. You start off with just pretty much all your basic ones at level 1, so defense 1, EP 1, HP 1, shield 1, things that affect all of your basic stats, as well as things that make it so you have better accuracy, you reduce the cost of casting spells, impede lets you delay an opponent's turn, mind gives you ATS, and so on. I won't really be picking any of these early ones up. I actually don't usually spend my quartz till the very end on this stuff. But the second way you can use quartz is to modify your orbment. So, each character in the game, and again, there is a lot of them, have certain slots. We'll go ahead and look at Van's. You can see here, as of right now, Van only has these first 4 open to him. And these are all closed. You can see that you can actually open them up. So if they're unmarked, like these 3 are right here, you can see on the right side how much they cost. So it costs 40 of all of them to open this one, 40 of all of them to open this one, and 80 for all of them to open this one just because the EX line is a little bit better. As you go deeper, you can see the requirements will increase up to 160. However, if you have certain colored slots, such as this one, which is the time slot, it will take only that element. So you can see this one would cost 80 time, this one would cost 320 time, and this one would cost 640 earth. Now, we'll go ahead and just open up this time one here for Van, and we can actually just demonstrate real quick what that would do. So if you ever have these colored ones, the only thing you can equip is that element. So I cannot even look at any other ones. I can only equip action or cast. So I'll go ahead and give him cast just to give him something else. But if you do one of these, you can equip anything. So that is the basics of just the magic and quartz system in the game. It'll get a lot more impactful as we're able to open up slots for everybody, because there is an achievement for opening every slot for every character, which I do plan on getting. The only other thing to do here at factories is that you can exchange this Sepith Mass. Sepith Mass has no other purpose, so go ahead, just max it out. If you have any, do I have? I have 475. Why is it not letting me? Oh, there we go. You just go left all the way. Sepith Mass you just get from fights and items and chests. Just as you're playing, you'll acquire some Sepith Mass. The only purpose of this is to sell it for Mira. So just come to any place that you can upgrade your Sepith or upgrade your ordnance and go ahead and exchange it for money.
Come again.
Now, this guy specifically, this isn't the case for all of them. Sometimes they will sell different things. Right here, you can buy items. But more importantly, he can trade. The way trading works is that you can trade lesser materials for higher materials. So a tier balm is essentially like a heal potion, but a tier balm is essentially a heal or heal more potion. So essentially, you trade your lesser ones for better items. The big ones here are mats. These materials are used to upgrade your weapons and gear. So U materials are your basic kind, U material pluses are your enhanced kind. Again, just to upgrade weapons. And then on top of that, you can actually trade up your orbaments to get higher level ones. So like if you have 2 level 1 strikes and a U material, you can go ahead and trade it for a strike 2. Now the last thing, and probably one of the most important things, is actually here, the accessories. These are some of the best accessories in the game, and they are usually locked behind getting every other accessory. Sometimes there's hidden accessories. Based off what I'm seeing here, it doesn't actually look like this might not be achievement associated, but essentially the important ones here you want to worry about are these bottom ones. Typically you have to get specific items that are only found once in the game to create them. So for instance, the Tyrant Belt you get by getting all 4 of the other belts, the Gunner's Belt, Queen Bee's Belt, Sash Belt, and Shield Belt. Typically only one is ever found in the game, and once you've acquired all of them, you can upgrade it to the Tyrant Belt. I know this is a lot to take in. I think the hardest and most confusing things about Trails are the orbaments and the trading system. Basically everything you can do with this guy, but trust me, it'll make a lot more sense later. Finally, you have the bargain bin. In case you ever miss something from other chapters, they can sometimes pop up in the bargain bin on top of beast flesh and beast essence, which you can only get from killing enemies. And sometimes, like right now, we don't actually have a way to go fight enemies, so we have no way to get these naturally, so you can buy them here. Now, because of the way we'll be playing this, I likely will never have anything here in the bargain bin, because I'm going to be picking up everything as we go, but just in case you need it, it is here.
Alrighty.
And it says he has one more thing.
What would you like?
I think it's trade, because yeah, typically I don't hit all these, but you want to make sure you're uncovering everything so that way you can make him not say he has anything new and he becomes blue on the map. And then finally, I think there's only one last thing for us here, and it's going to be over here at the bulletin board. This is where you pick up side quests in this game. This is the 4SPG bulletin board. 4 SPGs are side quests in this game, and we'll be doing every single one of them. I believe there are 39 side quests in this game, which actually is not a lot compared to last game. I think there were 64. Let's go ahead and interact with the bulletin board. There's a conspicuous piece of paper on the bulletin board. The public bathhouse Laguna is unbelievably filthy. The rooms haven't been properly sanitized, and they don't change out the water much at all. But the worst part, there's dirt everywhere in the sauna room. It's a mess. What the? This can't be right. Laguna is the furthest thing from filthy. Bane, what do you make of this? Speaking as a regular, I can say with confidence the person reporting this is serving a big ol' slice of bullshit. Who in the world would post this and why? Some may very well take their words as truth. You want to look into it? Of course. There's no way I could let something like this slide.
Well, we're on the
So,
clock now.
we actually have a new type of quest called a topic quest. But really, it's not a new type of quest. They're just disguising it as a new type of quest. Essentially, there are people you can talk to. I'll go over the to-do list here in a second. There's people you can talk to who will give you topics that you have to use on other people. Now, this was a thing, I think, in Daybreak 1, which is why I'm like, I don't think this is a new concept at all, but typically it was just associated with side quests. It wasn't like their own type of side quest. Now, they brought up the to-do list there, so if you press left on the D-pad, you can see everything you have accepted right now, as well as your LGC alignment, which is Law, Gray, and Chaos. I'll go over that once it matters, but essentially, there'll be choices in the game that will give you alignment towards either Law, Gray, or Chaos. If you max out any of them, you'll get rewards at the end of the game. It is impossible to get all 3 of them maxed out in one run. Sometimes if you're super efficient. You can max out 2 of them, but in order to max out all 3 and get all the achievements, you will have to do a New Game Plus run. Once you're in here, you can see the 4 SPG we have is Bathhouse of Ill Repute. We can go ahead and set our navigation, so that way it's all displayed in green now. But on top of that, I actually think we can go ahead and interact with this bulletin board again. No, I guess it's just going to make us go through this one. There is a little bit more we can do, but I think we'll have to hold off for a little bit. The last thing I want to check out is if we go to the Newberry General Store over here, we should be able to talk to Brenda. And it's not really anything important, but she'll give you some assorted grains. Might as well just pick those up while we're here. And that's pretty much it. We will have one more event we can do. However, that event will have to wait until after we complete the side quest. I'm going to see real quick. I want to run back over to this bathhouse before we do this side quest. I have a feeling we can go to it now. Because in this game, so previously in Daybreak, you had to use the bathhouse every day. But in this game, you only have to use each bathhouse once. Let's go ahead and talk to Anya. Good morning. Oh, it's Van and the gang. You sure love your morning baths, huh? Hey, no better way to start my day than a quick hop in the sauna before the crowds come in. That right there is the trick to a good work shift. Well, I won't deny that the baths here feel great. Definitely. And those Remiferian steam rooms you have, Loyalies, I think they're called. I'm totally hooked on them too, you know? My grandparents also came from up there, so ours are the real deal. We probably owe a recent popularity to that mural, though. Kisara painted it, right? You can almost feel it jumping off the wall. Oh yes, I've heard much about the girl. Her abundance of talent is evident. She's been kind of busy since enrolling in Aramis, but she still pops up every now and then. I should let her in for free as an extra tip. She's from up north in Ambria herself, yeah? Might already be familiar with Loyalies then. Either way, it's good to know she's starting to come out of her shell. We appreciate you helping make her feel welcome here. No problem. She might be 2 years older, but I'd say we're pretty close friends. And now we can go ahead and use the bath. So we'll go ahead and press Y. We'll pay for a bath. And this is the only time we have to use a bath here. I might, just because I'm used to it, come here every day anyways. But from my understanding, you only have to come to each bath one time. I guess we could check the achievement list and it'll pop up. Which these aren't even baths. These aren't like actual bathhouses. They're just steam rooms. These are just saunas.
It sure is hot. I'm sweating up a storm.
You will get a little cutscene with anybody in your active party. There's the bath. On top of that, I believe it'll fully regenerate your HP. But like, yeah, you never come here whenever you need to. And there we go. Now it's going over achievements. I guess just to tell you that, yeah, we have a ton of achievements completed. It's an EX for visiting the Edith sauna. We're going to just spam A through all this real quick. Get all of our rewards. It's going to be a lot of Sepith Mass and U materials. But let me see about the bathhouses. I want to say it should be an no, it's not in activities either. It's not going to be in attacks. Maybe it's just you have to know that you need to go do that. Interesting. But either way, with that done, we have nothing else to do here besides actually start up our first side quest. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and head over here. And it's going to mark a bunch of people, but I actually don't think we need to talk to most of them. We'll start by talking to this lady right here, the housewife. We'll press X to use the topic Laguna's bad rep.
Got something to ask you.
Oh, that whole story? As a matter of fact, I'm actually something of an eyewitness to it. See, I was there spying from the shadows when the culprit put up one of those postings late last night. You were? Yes, I was too afraid to get a good look at his face. But I can say for a fact that it was a green-haired man. When he passed me by, I distinctly caught the scent of citrus on him. A green-haired man who smelled of citrus. These are some good leads. Appreciate you sharing, ma'am. Please, think nothing of it. So we have a new catchphrase, culprit is green-haired man. So now we're going to go ahead and go over to Laguna's bathhouse. And we're going to speak to the owner. Well, I guess not the owner, but the owner's daughter.
Excuse me?
That bunch of baloney. They've got a lot of nerve calling us unsanitary. So you guys are always on top of the cleaning then? The way I hear it, some bathhouses totally skimp on that front. That's why we make it a point to keep our facilities so spotless you can eat off of them. Don't actually try it though, or we'll have a different problem. No worries. I know firsthand how spick and span this place is. So, has that posting hurt customer traffic at all? So far, not a bit. If anything, we've got more business than ever. At the end of the day, saunas are all rage right now, almost as much as outer spaces. There do seem to be too many a special report on them in magazines and such as of late. Hell, we've got a sauna junkie in the flesh here. Tell me about it. I'll go egging him on you, and the term is enthusiast, thanks. Well, back on topic. We've been getting a lot of first-timers lately. They'll talk as loud as they want, enter the sauna room without washing off, and that's just the beginning. Etiquette-challenged people like that tend to stick out, I guess. If someone tried that crap in front of me, they'd get an earful and then some. But anyway, thanks for the info. So we have ill-mannered customers as our next topic. So then we'll go ahead and we want to find a character named Huck. I don't think it's this guy right here. Go ahead and talk to Huck real quick. Huck's just like one of your characters here. Talking about the space program. We don't really need to worry about this right now. He's just being a busybody and talking to us. I don't know why. Sometimes my A button just doesn't work. Now we can go ahead and use our topic on him. We're going to use ill-mannered customers.
Got something to ask you.
It does feel like there's been an upturn in poorly mannered bathgoers. Can't even relax when folks like them around. If anything, it gets your blood boiling. From that perspective, the culprit might actually be one of us regulars. That's so. It's definitely a possibility. Culprit is a regular. And now, we're going to go ahead and look for the green-haired regular, because that's the person we got the info about. And we'll use Laguna's bad rep on him.
A moment, please.
Oh, I believe I've seen you here on more than a few occasions. Likewise. So, mind if I ask you something as a fellow regular? About the bulletin board posting? I saw it, yes. Outrageous nonsense, word after word. Incidentally, are you aware of the recent influx of troublesome bathgoers at this establishment? Yes, we were going to ask you about them as well. I must have been born under an unlucky star with how many encounters I've had with their sort. Some come in groups, chattering loudly while others bring their towels into that hot water. I see exactly what's happening. This guy's a regular, and he's trying to scare away the newcomer, so that way he keeps his bathhouse how he likes it. There are even those who enter the sauna room without wiping themselves down, or who leave their used razors behind. For real? That's just nasty. Mere bandwagoners jumping in on the sauna craze, every last one. Most of them were youngsters, the frivolous sort, by my reckoning. With that in mind, I'm willing to bet that one of those vexatious guests is the culprit behind all this slander. Vexatious guests, you say? Is there any specific reason? Isn't it obvious? The inconvenience they cause others is of no consequence to them. Anyone so egotistical to the core would have no issue spending the tripe for kicks. This is exactly why I hate the gaudy, garish youth. Whoa, narrow-minded much? I don't suppose you have any substantial evidence. Only my suspicions. It's not as though I intend on ferreting the culprit out. At any rate, this entire topic is irking me. I'm through talking about it. Kinda rubs me the wrong way. Those rowdy bathgoers must have really offended him. By the way, is anyone else picking up a faint scent? Must be either the shampoo or body soap he uses. Smells citrusy. Culprit is a disruptive bathgoer? Okay, I think that's all the information we need. Wow, we sure talked with a lot of people, didn't we? We heard multiple perspectives on the misinformation posted to the board. What stood out to me was Huck's. He said the culprit might be a regular. And someone else speculated it was the work of a vexatious guest. Alright, didn't we get a description of the person who put up that post? Yes, a green-haired man who gave off the scent of citrus. Well, this has turned out to be a pretty damn good warm-up case. Hey, Agnes, have you worked out who the culprit is? Oh, yes. So, this is a very important choice as well. Most of the time when you're giving a choice like this, it is one of two situations. I would say typically if it is a black screen with these 3 options, or if it is a main story thing, it'll give you bonus SP. Now, we'll have a choice here in a second where we will actually be able to get another thing, but I believe it'll let us know what that one is. So again, anytime you see this, just know you want to choose the right option if there is a right option in order to get your bonus SP. Of course, we know that the green-haired regular is in fact the one who spread the misinformation. I'm fairly certain it's the green-haired regular we spoke to earlier. His features match the eyewitness report, and the citrus scent is a dead giveaway. Yeah, and he's got a motive for it too. Right, those dickhead bathgoers grinded his gears like nobody's business. Guess he thought the dabblers would stay away if he made the bathhouse rep go down the shitter. Then he could enjoy the bathhouse in peace. I knew something was up when he tried pinning the blame on other guests. In any event, I don't think there's any room for doubt now. He must be our perpetrator. Then perhaps we ought to interrogate the man in question. Yeah, let's bring this case to an end pronto. Man, Aaron's got a mouth on him this game. Earned 2 SP. So, now all we have to do is talk to the green-haired man and use circumstantial evidence of the perp.
A little birdie told me.
You can't be serious. You would accuse me of putting up that post? I demand to see your proof. Well, afraid we've only got circumstantial evidence, but if you really want to see it that bad, we can go grab it. Just know that if we go down that road, there will be no avoiding getting the police involved. If you don't want things to escalate to that point, then I would strongly suggest you confess right now. Nice. Got his ass. You're so cool on yes. So, what'll it be? I admit it. I can't believe it. That was all you're doing? Yes, the little time I got to spend in the Laguna baths each day was precious to me. That being said, I fully understand what I did was a crime, so I'll turn myself into the police. You two good with that outcome? Honestly, I really don't think we need to make a mountain out of a molehill. In fact, I understand where you're coming from. Also, we've kind of been letting bad-mannered guests have the run of the place, admittedly. As such, we won't say a word to the police. Still, letting him off the hook entirely doesn't feel right either. Can't say I disagree. What do you think, Agnes? Curious about your thoughts, seeing as you were the MVP in this case. You think? I'm pretty sure everyone else worked out the answer too, though. Well, let's see. What should his punishment be? When you get this screen, this is an alignment choice. Remember earlier when I talked about how there's 3 alignments, Law, Gray, and Chaos? Well, every time, or a lot of the times when you're in side quests, you'll get an option to increase your alignment. You can only increase one of them. The way I typically say is that from top to bottom, it will almost always go Law, Gray, then Chaos if there are 3 choices. If there's only 2 choices, Law will always be over Gray, Gray will always be over Chaos. So if you're going for the Chaos route and you don't want to know what the answer is, always choose the bottom one. If you're going for the Law route, always choose the top one. If you're going for the Gray, you better look it up. I always, in both my Daybreak games, I've gone the Chaos route, and then I went Gray second. So we're going to go ahead and go the Chaos route once again in this game. So if you want the Law outcome, you'll choose Perform the Cleaning Duty. If you choose the Gray outcome, you'll hand over the flyers. And if you choose the Chaos route, you'll do Banned from the Premises. Essentially, each of these options is like a good choice, a great choice, or a bad choice. Not really bad, like you guys know. So go ahead and ban him from the premises. Honestly, I think you went way too far spreading those mistruths. By all accounts, Laguna would be well within their rights to have you barred from ever setting foot through those doors again. However, that wouldn't really sit right with me, so maybe they can give you a 3-month ban instead. That sounds reasonable to me. How do you feel about that? If that's what it takes to make amends, then that's totally fine by me. Look at you go, Agnes. That was a fine judgment call on your part. Honestly, I was just channeling what Van might have said in the context. What matters is that we've reached a good point of compromise.
That's one job behind us.
Topic quest, Bathhouse of Ill Repute, completed. We get Zemuria for completing it, as well as, is it going to show our 2 bonus SP? It might not. And you'll see right there, you will get a little bit of Gray just for completing the side quest, and you'll get a lot of bit of Chaos for actually completing, or for making the choice. So yeah, every quest will give you a little bit towards one of the three or all three or two of the alignments, but then your choice at the end will give you a bonus. So that's why theoretically you can max out 2, you just have to be a little bit more efficient. This is basically just going over your alignment choices that I just explained, and you can go ahead and turn your quest in to get your SP here at the office desk. Okay, that about does it for Old Town. Definitely catching a little whiff of something, though. Oh well, still gotta drop by Station Street and the Center March this morning. Might as well poke our heads in at the Station Street Guild while we're at it. Maybe the police station over in Sidon, too. Would have been nice if we could just ask him about the space program. But he's probably neck deep in his work on it. Guess I'll have to settle for talking to anybody else that's connected to it. The travel menu is now accessible. Station Street, Sidon District, Trion Mall, and Center Marsh has been added to the travel menu. So, essentially you can go ahead and press right on the D-pad. I know, what was that thing we just got? It's just about LGC alignments. You can actually go to different areas in Edith. You can go ahead and view if there's going to be side quests there or just main quests. So for example, Station Street and Trion both have side quests, and then all 4 of them have main story stuff. On top of that, you can press X to view your to-do list in case you have multiple. And finally, you can press Y to view the world map. However, just like every other Trails game, this is a very linear progression game. So even if we might go to some place like Orid State, I think that's where we were at earlier, or pretty much anywhere else, you actually can't just freely travel there. It'll take you there, and then you'll come back, but you do not have a choice where you go or when you go to it, other than when you're here in Edith. And so, I think we're actually going to go ahead and wind things down here. We went over pretty much how just the progression system works. It's essentially a loop where you'll come back to Edith, complete side quests, buy new stuff, get new foods, all that stuff. And then you will be going to a main story mission like what we had in the prologue. And then eventually you'll always come back to Edith, basically. But I would say at the beginning of an act, you usually come back to Edith before you move on to the second act. And you'll do the same thing over and over again. Sometimes it's not just Edith. Sometimes you'll go to other towns. Exact same thing. When you get to a new town, get to a new area, you'll go ahead and explore, complete all the side quests, get all the materials, and then you can progress with the main story. So with that, we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. In the next episode, we'll go ahead and continue exploring around Edith. Typically, the beginning of the game is about the longest when it actually comes to exploring Edith. So, I will see you guys then.